video is going to be a little bit, how do I say this? Unfiltered. We're going to be unfiltered today, and I want to share with you an anti-haul of all of the things I won't be purchasing this holiday season. I am thankful for you. The holidays are a time to be thankful and celebrate the things we love and blah, 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 blah. You've heard me say it. The thing is that sometimes I worry about consumerism. There are things that we need and want, but sometimes those things push us further from our goals. And if anyone knows this, because there's actually a video that I posted on the internet of how I would stalk and literally map out stores just to go shop the sales at Black Friday. Little did anybody who I was sharing this information know that I was racking up credit card debt to buy things that I didn't need, to impress people that I didn't like, to try to prove I was something that I was not. And this year on the YouTube community tab, I asked the beautiful butterflies, like, what is it you truly want this holiday season? And it was overwhelmingly not material things. And that was such a nice thing for me. It was like people asking for changes in the world or in their family or being able to afford education or a car or things that matter. And myself as a consumer, I have been questioning the things I buy and why I buy them. There are things that when it comes to skincare or personal hygiene or health that I don't want to budge on. But there are other things like eyeshadow palettes or new launches or new releases from like designer brands that I almost feel pressured into buying. And it's not pressure from someone else, but it's like this internal pressure of everyone else seems to have that. Should I have that? And if I don't, am I out of the loop? And the truth is no. But the thing is that when we're constantly bombarded by things, it makes us hard to work towards those bigger goals, such as the house, the car, the education, the putting the child through college. Someone even commented about getting a call from the hospital about a heart transplant. That's real. So with that being our preface, I will be unfiltered and I'm going to share my anti-haul today. Of course, if any of these products mentioned sound like they would be a fit for you, your lifestyle, and your budget, go for it. But at the same time, these are things that I think are a complete waste of money. And as I try to be a more conscious consumer, supporting brands with real morals and values, and trying to support the planet by reducing my use of plastic, and just trying to support my future self by actually working towards those long-term goals, yep, we are going to do an anti-haul today. And the very first thing that is on this anti-haul is a product that I actually like and use, Beauty Blender, but they came out with one of the stupidest things at Sephora recently. This is the Beauty Blender Crown Set, and it's essentially multi-beauty blenders with just more plastic packaging. I just don't understand this. You're not even changing the blender itself, like there's no cat or cute little decal on it, it's not like a collection. It's just beauty blenders in a couple of colors, same stuff, and the outer plastic packaging that you're going to end up throwing away has this interesting design. To me, this makes no sense. Also, someone correct me if I'm doing my makeup wrong, but I only use one beauty blender at a time. I don't need 6. And once my beauty blender gets cakey, janky, and nasty, I'll throw it away and go get a new one. But if I have 10 of them, do you really think I'm going to remember where I put them at the time that my current one is janky and nasty and needs to go into the trash or recycle bin? Absolutely not. So it just ends up being a grotesque waste of money because I won't even remember anyways. Not only that, but do you want flashbacks to that time where Beauty Blender literally like tried to rag on Real Techniques for providing a makeup sponge that was just as good, if not better, and cheaper? Yeah, we're not going to talk about that, but companies that like push down other companies that blatantly and distastefully is kind of gross. Especially if the company is providing consumers something that's even better than the original. Sorry. Next, can we talk about this Kylie holiday kit? This is interesting to me. Kylie Jenner launched the Dear Santa or Santa something. And let me tell you, when I look at that palette, it is pretty. It is calling my name. It says, hey, you with those green eyes, some of these reds and oranges would look good on you for $40. But then my brain kicks in and says, Cassandra, how many eyeshadow palettes do you already have that you haven't even come near hitting pan to on yet? And it's so true. Like there seems to be this influx of makeup products. It's almost like companies realized that making products made money, but then they tried to do it overkill and just push out new products every 5 days, just like the fast fashion industry. And it's horrible because by the time I buy that new palette or that new lipstick, I don't even have time to enjoy it before it's become an old launch and something new comes to take its place. And then I feel weird or not good enough for not having the latest thing. Like, what a horrible cycle to be stuck in. Thanks, fast fashion industry, for inundating my makeup drawer. And with the Kylie one, it actually seemed interesting. They also launched a red eyeliner, and I'm sorry, if it's not Halloween, do we really need a red eyeliner? And if we do, go to Urban Decay. Go to a professional makeup line. I'm just saying. On top of that, there was this neat little brush kit that was like $40, but can we flash back to the time that a basic brush set wrapped in packaging was $400? And now you're selling these for $40. Like, I just, like, it's kind of an obvious cash grab, and that's where I'm going with all of this. It's the overconsumption of goods and the way that these companies are just pushing out products so that they can grab money. Something that happened fairly recently is that Kylie Jenner actually sold the majority of her company to a big beauty brand called Coty. Coty is great. They make Fenty, they make Kat Von D, they make Ulla Henriksen, but they just bought Kylie Jenner. Now, is that really interesting? That's up to you. But the main point of this is for you to see that Kylie Jenner isn't sitting here creating these formulas, making them for her fans, her stans, and like her diehard followers. This to me, kind of like the Kylie skin thing that I got worked up about, looks like a money grab. Kylie Jenner is very fortunate to have a supportive family and many people around her who understand business and marketing and cosmetic formulations. And I don't have a problem with someone producing products that are going to benefit their consumers. The problem is when these things become blatant cash grabs and just obvious money sucks, just like launching a $400 brush kit wrapped in plastic. Yet, now that Kylie has sold the majority of this company to Coty, it kind of shows us like, okay, yes, she's the founder of this line, but selling the line right before this launch, it's like, okay, is your heart in it or is your wallet in it? And again, I don't know her personally, so I can't say that. But what I can say is that as a whole, these are products that I'm not going to be purchasing, even if they are interesting to me. And this also extends to other eyeshadow palettes that I just haven't named because they're not as catchy as Kylie Cosmetics. Would you have clicked on this if it wasn't in some of the metadata in this video? Probably not, right? But all of these new eyeshadow palettes and lipstick colors and things are just being thrown at us, and it doesn't even give me time and my face time to enjoy the ones I currently have. Same with like the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star palette, the Conspiracy palette. I legit want that. That's something I'm thinking about getting, but I haven't yet. And there's a couple reasons why. I have a 6-month rule for myself. That's one of the reasons. And maybe we'll do a secondary follow-up video on like things that I would consider purchasing or should I buy this type of haul. But this Conspiracy palette is the first one I've looked at in a while and been like, ooh, that's actually something that might be worth getting for me. But is this just an impulse decision? Do I really need it? Do I not already have enough? Look at your makeup drawer. Is you good? Is you okay?
Because I wanted to know.
And on that note of things that are just being shoved down our throats as consumers, can we talk about AirPods? I've been considering AirPods. It's again one of those things, should I get it, should I not? But they are so ridiculously expensive. And I've also found out that most of the tech journals who are reviewing them are getting commission off of that. So are they recommending them because they truly love them? Or are they recommending them because they're getting a cut of that $200 that they cost? And for me, 2 pieces of plastic that I stick in my ear, like first off, I lost them by just looking at them. But you're gonna tell me that that is worth $200? Again, stop shoving it down my throat. That one I'm on the fence about, but like this is an anti-haul, and the way it's being marketed to me is pissing me off. Like, stop. Okay, back to beauty. There is this NARS mini lip set for $40 that has these tiny little lipsticks that arguably are very similar. And this is another thing about these holiday sets that I really hate. Obviously, this is meant to be like a gift. But if you go a little bit deeper into Sephora, you'll see that NARS has 2 full sizes of the same exact product bundled for 20 bucks. So you could literally buy 2 of the full-size packs for the same $40 and get full-size versions, whereas the mini holiday set is a literal fraction of that. And to me, this is an obvious money grab. Yes, maybe the colors are different, I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it anyways because NARS has now decided to sell in China and therefore start testing on animals. But this is another another one of those items that I just look at and I'm like, do I not already have enough lip products? There's also a Yves Saint Laurent YSL lip kit for $250. Let that sink in. $250 for a set of lipsticks. That's a lot of Chipotle. Unless you are a die-hard YSL fan or your literal job is a makeup artist, you don't need that. Go ahead and purchase 1 or 2 lipsticks that are actually going to suit you, because also buying a collection like that, what's the likelihood that this dark vampire purple is actually going to look good on me, or that this red is going to have the right undertone for me? It's this idea that we're almost primal when we're shopping, just like old me who made those literal drawings and maps of stores so that I could hunt out the best bargains. It's almost primal, where it's like you're stalking through the aisles and what can you get and can you get it at a good deal, and you're comparing and swapping. It's the reason couponing became popular and turned into a TLC show. But when you peel back all of that primality of it, it's just a gross waste of time and money. And are $250 worth of lipsticks going to impact my life in any positive way? No one can see what brand it is when I'm wearing it on my lips, and it's probably going to expire in about a year. The bifidobacteria in my flora of my mouth is going to get into that tube and cause it to go rancid and spoil. And I'm sorry, $250 is a lot of Chipotle. That is a visit to the doctor's office. Heck, depending on your car, that's even a car payment. And again, there are some people who have so much money that they're wiping their butts with it and they don't know what to do with it. If that's your life and that's what you want to spend your money on, fine. Who am I to judge? But I'm just saying, for me, this goes in my anti-haul, because if I had that kind of disposable income, I would use it to donate to underprivileged students and to animal sanctuaries, and not just coat my lips in multiple shades of a pastel butthole pink that's going to expire in 6 months anyways. And I know this is a very unfiltered video, sorry for my swearing, but I also am speaking from past experience where, again, racked up debt, tried to buy things to impress people that didn't really matter. And it didn't just not make me happy the way these purchases were supposed to, but they actually made me upset. They made me miserable, and they put me in a place that was farther away from my goals at paying for education, being sustainable, working towards some of those big name purchases, like putting a down payment on a house. And gosh, I just wish that I could go back and kindly whisper or violently yell at my younger self about some of these things. And I hope that this anti-haul is a message to anyone else who's out there on the fence about some of these purchases that no, you don't need to feel the pressure of social media. You don't need to compare yourself to the girl on Instagram, and you don't need to go buy the latest and greatest things, because guess what? People are looking into your eyes, not at the brand of whatever it is that you've put on top of them. And if someone is, you can go find better people to hang around with. Sorry, not sorry. The other big no-no for me is actually from a skincare company, and it's from Elemis. This popped up in an advertisement for me because they know I love skincare, and they actually know that I love Elemis. I think Elemis is a great brand, and excluding some of their marine stuff, as long as it's vegan, I do like a lot of their products. Now, they came out with this set, 12 days till Christmas. It's one of those things where you have to count down the days, and every single day you open something up and you get a small sample size. And I'm sorry, but when it comes to skincare, from a consumer perspective, this is a horrible idea. What is the likelihood that all those 12 different products are going to be things that your skin can tolerate? Also, do you know how tiny those things are? They're sample size, half of a fluid ounce. That's enough for me to put on once or twice. And to see if a product is actually working, you need to use it for a full skin cycle, which at the lowest is around 28 days. Because think about it, what you eat, your stress levels, your hormones, those can impact your skin. And when people are just switching from product to product to product, they don't actually get a chance to see how it works on their face. So using 12 brand new items all at the same time, not giving them enough time to actually see if it works on your skin, the amount of product themselves is literally a urine sample size cup of cleanser, and you don't even get a chance to experience whatever the full benefit might be. Not to mention, let me guarantee to you, once the first 6 days of December have surpassed, that thing is going to go on sale for 75% off. Wait until the new year, it'll be 90% off, okay? And yes, some people argue that it's a good way to test out new products. It's really not, because you're not getting the full benefit of them. And for that amount of money, literally go buy products that you know will work for you, or the 1, 2, or 3 products that are actually made for your skin type. Heck, go to Sephora and ask for samples and they'll probably give you whatever is in that thing already. And again, I think Elemis is a great brand. I just think that this is a money grab and a horrible item that is in my anti-haul that I'm not going to purchase. We also have to jump back to eyeshadow palettes when it comes to Morphe. I was actually interested in the James Charles Artistry palette, but as I alluded to earlier, I have a 6-month rule for myself for buying things nowadays. It helps me keep track of my finances, be more minimalistic, be more eco-friendly, and actually control the things that I bring into my life. If you leave a comment requesting it, we can talk about that in a future video if it's something that you're interested in. Well, the James Charles Morphe palette was something that I was interested in because I really liked the colors. It's hard to find something so inexpensive. It was something I was gonna go for. But literally, during the amount of time it was sitting on that list, he came out with the mini. It is literally the exact same thing, just smaller and with a mirror. And it's better. Let me tell you, all of those fancy colors, if you use the palette, you're gonna go through the browns, you're gonna go through the neutrals, you might touch and pop into some of the bright colors just to have a little bit of fun now and then, but they're going to go mainly unused. You don't need a full size of this color red. But so many people purchased that because they thought it was the only time it would be available in the large one, and then they came out with a mini. There's not even changes, and it's an obvious blatant cash grab. Morphe has been known for many years to be like on the cheaper side because of not only is it inexpensive, but because of the other things that you can find in those palettes or where they come from is very ambiguous. And for those who are James Charles fans, it's probably like, okay, he named them, he chose the colors, but did he actually formulate them? Did he actually work on the formulas themselves? Are they actually that creamy? I don't know. It is one of those things that is on my anti-haul list because of the way that it was presented in videos to me and the way the brand itself just goes out trying to do cash grabs is upsetting. Also, even the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette right now, I was interested in getting the mini controversy. I liked that. Leaving it on my list though, and they just said they're probably going to reformulate it with a green color. Like they're switching out the blue for the green. So this means that Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, diehard fans are now going to have to purchase another palette if they want to feel like they've collected them all. And it also means that things are being switched, you know, under consumers' noses. And if I see a look that I liked from one palette, I might not be able to recreate it because now I have a green instead of another color. And again, this is kind of tied to Morphe. I don't know if this is a Jeffree Star decision or doubt it's a Shane decision, but maybe. But it sounds like a Morphe thing because Morphe is known to do this to their customers. And I'm just like, come on, man. Come on. I promise I'm not always this pissy about eyeshadow palettes. I am normally a very positive person, and I do think that even anti-hauls make me feel positive because as ranty as I sound, I feel empowered as a consumer saying no. Because it's hard to say no to things. But when I say no to those things, I'm saying yes to my future dreams and goals. And I wish that there are more YouTubers who would actually stand up about these things for me. I've seen a couple of videos that were empowering for me to watch. And again, consumerism is a part of life. I wish it was not as big of a part of life as it currently is. There are still things such as my skincare, my oral hygiene, my hair, maybe even cat toys or flowers that I am going to purchase and consume, hopefully in a responsible manner. But I don't need to feel less than just because a new launch comes out and I don't get it. And I don't need to compare myself negatively to someone else just because I choose to spend or save my money separately and differently than they do. And I really hope that this anti-haul is empowering to you in the message that you don't need to do that either. And think about the things you're consuming, be a conscious consumer, and put your money where your morals are. Because that's what I've been working on doing. Please do me a favor and that like button if you agree. And remember to whoosh that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I hope that you, your family, your friends, and your pets had a great Thanksgiving and are ready to have a wonderful holiday season. I love you beautiful butterflies inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next video right here. Love you beautiful butterflies. Bye.